everyone, thanks so much for joining me. My name is Susan Timchak and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and I'd like to welcome you here. I am continuing with my A to Z techniques for our little book that we are creating, and I thought this one was a fun technique. I came across this one. This one is called corrugating. Oh, here you are over there. What are you doing over there? Oh, it's just been one of those kind of days, you know what I'm saying? So, here we go. I'll bring it up close enough for you. So it's called the corrugating crush technique. Now, years ago, we used to have corrugated paper. How many of you remember that? Be sure to leave if you do in the comments. However, we don't have that anymore, but we're going to make our own, and I'm going to show you how. So we're going to be using some corrugated cardstock that we create, and we're going to emboss it with an embossing folder through the Big Shot. And if you have to, use a shim if the design is not as deep or pronounced as you like. Ink a sponge or a sponge dauber. Lightly ink the raised images, darkening and highlighting the design. Sounds easy enough, right? So here's what I came up with. Now this little rooster, this was a part of the Celebration stamp set that you could have gotten for free. It's called Home to Roost. And even though our rooster has been retired because this is April 2nd and Celebration is over, I'm still wanting to use him because, well, just because. I just think he's so darn cute. And I continue to use my Celebration stamp sets even though they are retired because a lot of you may have them. So that's what we're using, the Home to Roost. And let me show you how easy this is to create. This will make a really great card, not just with your Home to Roost, but many, many others. So I'm using crumb cake, and our background color is, hold on a sec, where are we? Early Espresso. Yes, Early Espresso. Okay, so this is cut 4 by 3, and the piece that we're going to be using is cut 3 3/4 by 2 3/4, just 1/4 of an inch taken off. I mean, that's totally up to you how much you want to take off. Just to fit the technique book that I'm doing, it's 4 by 3. So, how many of you remember this? Well, there's a story with this. This is a crimper. Before I even started Stampin' Up, it'll be almost, well, it's probably 19 years ago. It'll be 19 years in June that I've been a demonstrator. I had my own party. Went to a party, had a party, signed up. Easy as that. So I had my first party, and my mother came to the party. And, of course, she's not a crafter or a stamper or anything like that. And she wanted to help support me being the host for the party. And she just said, order whatever it is that you want to order for yourself. So, back in the day, this crimper, I believe it's by Fiskars, this crimper was quite the tool that we all played with. So, if you still have this crimper, yeah, it is Fiskars, or another crimper, or if you have some corrugated cardstock left from back when, you'll be able to do the technique. Or we're going to make our own. So, to use the crimper, you just insert it. There's two little rollers here. It shows you a little arrow there. That's where you insert it. We're going to go this way. You squeeze the trigger, and you turn the knob. And voila! Corrugated paper. Cool, right? All right. So that's where you're gonna start with your corrugated cardstock. So next up, we're going to use an embossing folder. Let me grab my Big Shot. My desk is just not big enough for me today. All right. So, let me try to get this in the picture here, because I just have too much stuff on here. Where are you? You're there. Okay. So, a word of caution. Do not use the very thick embossing folders. It won't work. All it's going to do is emboss your piece of cardstock. Trust me, I tried it. So, this is just a regular embossing folder. This one is the Oh My Stars. I believe it's still available. I just grabbed one. And no reason why. So you want to use this with the corrugated side going up. And you want to use this in your embossing folder where your raised image on this one, some of them are a little different, but your raised image is on the bottom. So when you rub your finger over it, you feel your raised image. That's what you want, because what's going to happen when it goes through the Big Shot, your raised image is going to come through the front. Okay, and you'll find out the hard way if you don't have it in the right way. So we have our Big Shot platform, we have a plate, and we have a very warped plate, but we are still, even though he's warped, we're still going to use him. We're going to run that through the Big Shot. Now you can, like I said in the reading, you can use a shim if you so choose desire, if you feel as though you run it through and it's not as embossed as you would like it to be. Okay, but just don't use those extra thick folders. When you open it up, move all of this out of the way. Here is what you have. So you can still see the corrugated paper, but yet look at how that image just raised up. Okay, so we are going to grab our soft suede. You can go with early espresso if you want. My sample, I did soft suede. You know what? Let's try it. What do we got to lose? It's just a little piece of cardstock. We'll try going a little bit deeper with the color. I mean, I think this one came out pretty good, but let's just see. Okay? Just because. Why? Because we can. So, we're going to take our sponge and lightly tap in. I have a little scrap over there. And you're just going to go lightly. Oh, yes, I think this will be nice. What's that on my paper? Lightly go over. And I'm barely touching because I don't really want the background. All I want to sponge are the little pieces. What did I say? They were stars that are kind of embossed up on top. And to your liking. Sometimes less is best. You know how that is. So look at how that just kind of brought it out even more. Isn't that fun? You can do a little bit more if you want. You know, let's just sponge the edges just because. This was an old technique too. How many of you remember doing this? I still do this. Because I just feel it adds a little something to your project. Okay. So there we have our piece here. So we could go ahead and add our adhesive. Now you don't want to run your adhesive over the back of this because that's going to bring out your embossing. So put your adhesive where if you want to use the liquid glue, that would be fine to put on the back. What is with this fast fuse? Just having one of those kinds of days. Okay, so we'll put our little piece on here. And I already have my piece that I put my little instruction on. I have another one up here on the side, but that's okay. We only need one. Okay, so now let's make our little embellishment on there. So I thought it'd be fun. Remember this wood paper that we sell? Let me grab a couple of them. They come in 6x6 sheets, and they're, oh, I don't know the technical terminology for it, but it's wood background paper. I thought this would be appropriate for our rooster. Okay, so here we go. We're going to bring in our Memento ink, because first I was going to color them in with our Stampin' blends, and then I thought, no, I'm too lazy. I don't want to do that. So we're just going to use this. Now we'll stamp our little rooster on there, and look how happy he can be. Then, well, we have our ink out. We're going to take just a little piece. This is like 3/4, something like that. And where's my little saying? My little saying, missing you. Because I miss my little rooster. We're going to stamp him. Let's put him right there. Missing you. Oh, how we miss our rooster, don't we? Let me close that up. Okay, so now I am going to use a circle punch. This is an old whale punch. Even though they're old, they still work. So why reinvest in something you already have? This is the 1 3/8. You can use whatever size you have. And we're just going to punch out his head, or how much you could fit in there. There you go. So then our little piece here, here's another little trick for you. We're going to use this, and you could do this with your other punches too. Insert it in here so it comes out the other side. Just make a little rounded edge. Now I did find it's best to leave it a little bit longer because you got to squeeze that in there. Come on. And it seemed like the one side I had more issues than the other side. And who is that messaging me? Oh, my friend Lori. Hi, Lori. Lori, if you're watching my video, that's you that just texted me. She's a member of my downline, so I'll have to see what she needs from me. All right, so we'll put it in there and see how it just kind of goes through, and then punch. And then look what it does. It makes those little rounded edges. Cute, huh? Okay, so let's put this together. All right, put a little fast fuse on here. And we'll stick our little rooster man there. And the little missing you down in the corner. Missing you, Mr. Rooster. And here we are. This is our 100% hemp. And this is in the Occasions catalog, I believe. The braided linen thread. Well, trim. We have linen thread too, which you can use. That would be nice too. But this was the first thing I saw, so I grabbed it. Just to make myself a little bow. Just like that. Let me grab the scissors, trim this. My cat Dory is running around here like bonkers. So hopefully she won't decide to take a little gander across the desk, because she's going to have her tootsies in the ink. Alright, so here we go. We'll take our little bow right to our roll, rip that off, and stick that on. And you know, before I bring my book out, I want to close that up. And I think it came out good. I liked it a little bit darker. I don't know if you can really tell on the camera. So let's get our book out. Messy, messy, messy. Okay. I want to put it in my rooster. I'll have rooster on my book. So let's go into our technique book here. Yes, Lori, I'll be right there. She's so impatient. And it opens from the front. Okay. So we'll go ahead. Let me do it this way. Put our little card in there. And then, the technique card. Let's put 2 of the roosters in there. That's not going to work. And we'll slide him in there. And there we go. And there is our corrugated crush technique. How fun is that? I hope you enjoyed this. I am so enjoying this technique book. I mean, look at how much we have accomplished so far in just a few short weeks. So be sure to subscribe, like, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below. If there's a technique that you know about that you want me to show you, let me know. And yeah, be sure to share this, because that'll help me bring you more and more videos to come. So have a super Stampin' day, and I'll see you back here again real soon. Bye for now.